Stages are a very under-talked about element in Lawls, despite the fact they are extremely important in terms of presentation and representation. Almost every single Lawl character has a stage to claim their role. But what about stages that don't have a character? Oftentimes these stages are there to showcase an interest the creator of the Lawl has, or it has a fun gimmick, like a music selection, or it has a special stage hazard, or it has unique layout. First of all, for the sake of variety, I will feature one stage per Lawl. I will mainly be ranking these stages based on several factors: how iconic they are, how fun they look like to play in, the music selection, if they have any, as well as the visual appearance. With that said, it's time to start yapping. Let's start with a stage, or rather, stages that are here because of pure bias. Local 58 is a great piece of internet horror, and more or less the big kickstarter of analog horror as a genre. Having it be represented in a Lawl has been something that has been desired for a long time. But right now, there are two stages based on it in Lawl Assault, which is a very welcome stage design. At first, the original stage can feel a bit uninspired, as it's just Local 58 logo with a bunch of platforms marked with X's in the middle. But we do have seen there is also a spooky red variant with white X platforms, and these platforms do form a pattern that isn't often seen in Lawls. But then there's Real Sleep, which made its appearance relatively recently. We haven't seen much of it, but considering Real Sleep is my favorite Local 58 video, I am very excited to see more of it. And also, how does Local 58 stage change form, and if either stages have any stage hazards, and what the music selection is. Yeah, the only reason these two stages are in the last place is because Lawl Assault hasn't made a stage showcase yet. When it comes to non-character stages, what the stages often try to represent are things in the fabric of the internet culture. But sometimes you see non-internet things that never would have gotten made if it wasn't for the internet. Like for example, Dirk Dirkum wouldn't have gotten a moveset if he didn't blow up as a meme in early 2023. And in a similar example, I feel that there is one popular Nintendo spin-off that would be stuck in obscurity if internet users didn't use it to express limitless creativity. I am talking Mario Paint. Yes, Mario Paint also plays a key part in early days of Homestar Runner, and the Mario painting tool itself is represented through Vinesauce Jaws down special. But this is solely about the Mario Paint composer, and videos about it were extremely common in the early days of YouTube and are still going strong to this day. I presume Star Lux had the same nostalgia that I have, so they turned Mario Paint composer into a stage for Lawl Dreams. And God, just imagine the limitless potential of the music selection for the stage. And even the possibility of stage hazards with all the little icons. And we've also seen Mario Paint with so many different platform layouts during different Lawl Dreams videos, and even one without any platforms. So yeah, this has potential to be the most flexible stage in Lawl Dreams. But much like Local 58 stage duology, it is held back by there not being any sort of a stage showcase for this stage in particular, but whenever that happens, the rating for this will definitely shoot up. We have yet another Mario related stage next, this time from a Lawl that probably shouldn't be on this list, but I am counting it because this was 100% Hammerman's idea in terms of execution, design, gimmick and the music list. The Panels of Doom from Troublesome Lawl Scene. I have never played Mario Party 4, but this stage's gimmick is very easy to understand. A roulette appears next to a fighter, and when it is punched, that platform will all fall off the stage. This is a brilliant idea, and would hypothetically lead to some amazing matches. The only complaint I have is that the main platform is a bit too small, but Making it bigger would probably mess with the faithfulness of the stage. This is also the first stage in the countdown with an actual music selection, and Hammerman did a great job justifying most of the tracks included. Since then, Panels of Doom and its competitive variant have become common sight in SLC movesets, and I even included Panels of Doom in the first Lawl cassette set, because I wanted to refresh that terrible Mario Party clone from Moomins and the Great Autumn Fest somehow. I hope nobody ever makes a stage based on that. Do a Crash Bash stage instead. Sometimes not every stage is what they seem. At first, an unassuming stage may have a very interesting reason for its existence. And there's nothing else that solidifies that more than Dark Side of the Rainbow from Lawl Beyond. Dark Side of the Rainbow isn't just a stage based on Pink Floyd's 1973 Dark Side of the Moon album. It is directly based on a long-standing rumor called Dark Side of the Rainbow, which states if you watch Wizard of Oz while playing Dark Side of the Moon at the same time, a lot of musical cues and songs should match with the footage on screen. It is obviously a coincidence, but still this pop culture phenomenon has become iconic enough to create a bunch of similar experiments, and also this stage. Since Ryder is both a huge Wizard of Oz fan and Pink Floyd fan, this stage is perfect for Lawl Beyond. The presentation is very good, and in the actual stage video, the visuals tend to match the song selection, and it even features songs from Wicked and Wizard of Oz anime adaptations. And the whole thing ending on Eclipse is absolutely perfect. It is a better tribute to Dark Side of the Moon and its legacy than DSOTM Remastered. Sometimes less is more. And a hilarious visual is enough to make a stage absolutely iconic. Case in point, grilled moments. Even if you have no idea about the insane history of Takeshi's challenge and how unbeatably insanely difficult the actual game is, grilled moments is still a hilarious sight. It is a perfect example of a stage that catches your attention and makes you curious about what could possibly be the origin of the stage. Grilled Moments is easily the most iconic stage in LoL What If for a good reason. It also has one of the funniest and most chaotic music selections in LoL period. Speaking of funny and chaotic music selections, this stage is better defined by them. Crazy Bus from LoL Nova may be an eyesore because of the game that it's based on, but it is not only an iconic stage in LoL Nova, the fact that the stage is based on the idea of having the worst video game music ever is an amazing gimmick. It's not surprising the stage itself gets an update every now and then. In terms of design, the bus awkwardly driving around the stage as a platform is an amazing idea, and it also has multiple variants. All of them are of course walkout stages, yes, but I am sure it's intentional just to hammer on the head what a mess this stage is design-wise, and I love it for it. LoL Nova honestly has so many amazing non-character specific stages, I could have built this whole list with them. This next one doesn't need an introduction. I would argue it paved the way for every other entry on this list. It's iconic, it's catchy, it's epic Saxs stage from Smash Bros. LoL. This was amazing when it first appeared, and seeing it remastered for Frollo vs Nostalgia Critic 101, you've seen million times already, makes it perfect. It is also one of the few stages with a special stage KO that makes this iconic video even better. Also, personally, I really love Eurovision representation in LoL. Yes, he only plays the sax parts and never the full song, which is called Runaway, but I still love it. Fun fact, that song didn't even win the Eurovision on the year it had participated in, which confirms Eurovision judges will always have shit taste. It's like anti-Crazy Bus, but for any song in general. Like all the songs are these amazing memorable tunes like Guile's theme. It would be fun to imagine just what songs could be included in the stage 10 years later. Before we get to our probably obvious at this point number 1, I have one dishonorable mention from the same Lawl as Epic Saxs. Look, can we all admit that World Taste is a fucking horrible stage? Yeah, in terms of layouts it's passable, but it's mainly the visual design that pisses me off. On top of that, it's not even a good solo throw representation, because it takes one location that was only seen in one scene. When TFS Wilford was still in Lawl Beyond, he had a much better stage to represent the series. In fact, the whole World Taste only appeared in one video and never again. It was kinda scrapped without anybody asking for it. I would have loved to see a better stage to represent solo throw in Lawl, but instead, Jin wanted to represent it through other methods nobody was asking for. Okay, let's go to our number 1. Much like Grilled Mormons, the stage, it's iconic enough to be the first thing that comes to my mind when I think about the stages in this particular Lawl. Anyone who doesn't know the history of internet might think this is just a generic city drawn in fast animation style, but there's one name that this stage is associated with. Neil Cicierega. Based on the famous Lemon Demon Flash animation music video. But that's not the only Lemon Demon song represented, as shown in Lawl Beatdown Stages Volume 1 and most future videos. Honestly, Lawl Beatdown Stages video revolutionized the presentation for Stages videos going forward, and it pinks with Tokyo City's showcase. The fact that Stages visuals, platforms, gimmicks and even hazard change based on what song is playing is nothing short of amazing, and it really helps to boost the innovation in the community. Of course, my favorite variant is the 2 tracks. Also, if you watch every beatdown video in order, you slowly but surely see the stage get weak more and more until it reaches the perfect form. I am sure it will be altered once again in the future, but nothing will change the fact it does represent a key figure in internet history. It is beatdown's most iconic and recognizable stage, and it is a pleasure to know there is a stage in Lawl where 2 automobiles engage in eternal intercourse. And that's it. Here are some positive honorable mentions as the peeps don't feel left out. And I will probably make a part 2 one day.